Okay, welcome back to my show. Now, this man has trod the boards. Every single pantomime subject you can think on, he's done it and starred in it and probably written it. Celebrity Mastermind, Total Wipeout, What Do Kids Know, Loose Women. He's been on his own show. He's done Tonight at the London Palladium, been with Paul O'Grady on his show. And that's just a few things that this wonderful man has done. So let's bring in Joe Pasquale.
Mike.
Ha! I found you.
Mike, how are you?
I'm here. I'm fine. How are you?
You never know how far away you are. It's so echoey. How are you, mate? You all right?
Hey, listen, absolutely brilliant, and it's so lovely to have you on the show. As all my listeners will, love the fact that you've what do they call it? Funny bones. That's what you.
Well,
have.
I don't even know what that means. I've always thought I don't think I've ever been in fashion, and the fact that I've never been in fashion means I'm never out of fashion because you've just been here. Do you know what I mean? If you like flare trousers, sooner or later flares ain't going to be in. And comedy comes in fashions as well. But because I've never been in fashion, you never go away. I'm like that, oh no, I've got that little ache in my back, it's back again now, and that's who I am.
Yeah, but you see, just the way you said that, it makes me smile. It is. It's like you and Ken Dodd are the same people. It's just the voice. I don't even have to see you. The way it comes out and the way that you say things, it makes
I think that what's happened, Mike, is that I've lived a sitcom all my life. If anything could go wrong, it always has, and I've always turned it to my advantage. I've always gone, I've never taken the business seriously. I've always thought it's better than working for them. I used to work at Smithfield's Meat Market. I was at the Department of Transport and Environment Dangerous Goods branch to the civil service for a year. It sounds really posh, but I didn't. I just made the tea and did some photocopying. And then I started off at a holiday camp in Lowestoft, a wilderness camp, as a green coat, like red coats. Yeah. I'm sorry, the thing is, Mike, I live on my own. So to talk to someone is fantastic after the past 14 months. So I love talking to you. So I might have to take a breath every now and then. But I apologise if I just rub it on.
Don't worry.
So I got a job. I got a job at a holiday camp. This is great, this is, at Walners. And I was a green coat. So I'd have to do everything, Did you ever do any blue coat, not green coat, anything like that?
No.
You didn't, did you?
No.
No. I remember, giving my age away, and I'm not going to lie to you, this is absolute truth. Favourite programme as a kid, do you know what it was?
Would it have been the Tomorrow People?
Of course it was. Of course it was, love. Of course it's my age group. I think we're about the same age, so that was it.
We are.
Anyway, I've got this job. I got this job at holiday camp, right? And I was calling bingo, refereeing wrestling, and I had to do the whisk drive, the tea dances, all that malarkey, and I had to do lifeguarding as well. And I wasn't a good swimmer. I'm still not good. I can swim a bit, if I had to, my life depended on it, I could probably get by it, but I'm not good. I couldn't rescue anyone. But I didn't have to be a very good swimmer because the pool was only 3'6". As long as I was taller than that, right, I'd just wade in and get them. That's fine. So one day I'm sitting there doing my duty, and there's a lot of older people because it was an adults only camp, so we had a lot of old age pensioners turn up. And this bloke turns up, and you get to know the people, as a green coat over the week. Yeah. And this bloke only had one eye. And he's walking about the swimming pool. He's a great big lanky tall thing, about 6'2". And there's signs everywhere saying no diving, no diving, no diving. And because he's blind in one eye, it was his right eye that he couldn't see out of because it was glass. He dived in, and I thought, why is he not seeing that? And I was that bloke was blind in one eye. And of course, his peripheral vision on his right, he didn't see the signs. He goes down, bangs his head, pops straight up. And he's banged his head, he's got concussion. But what he doesn't know, he's lost his eye. His glass eye's popped out. And all these old dears in the pool are screaming, thinking he's lost his eye. They don't know he's got a glass eye. I do, because I've got to know the bloke. And all they're screaming, oh, he's lost an eye. And I'm going, don't worry, it's glass. He doesn't even know he's lost it. He's walking about with a bit of concussion in the pool. Everybody gets out like it's a scene from Jaws. And then that's it, I've got to dive in there and try and find his eye. But his eye is blue. He's realised blue, so obviously he's got a glass blue eye, right? And the bottom of the pool is blue as well. So I'm thinking, how am I going to find a blue glass eye in a blue swimming pool? So he's in there looking for it, and he's only got 50% chance of finding it anyway, because he's only got one eye. So I get in as well, and I'm looking for it. You can't see a blue glass eye in a blue swimming pool. So we're both fiddling about with our feet. We're in there for about an hour and a half. Eventually, I kicked it. I thought, I think I found it. Of course, I kicked it away from me, and I spent another 20 minutes trying to find it. I located it. I thought every time I went down to dive for it, I couldn't see it because it disappeared. I've got to do it by feel alone, by touch with my toes. And then eventually I found it. I touched it really gingerly. I got it. I stood on it with my toes, and I felt it just going between my big toe and my long toe. And I thought, well, I've got to hold it there. And it was in there. I felt it squelched in between the two. And I lifted my foot out. It's only 3'6", right? I lifted it up to it, and I thought, I've got it. And of course it was there, and he saw it. He went, "Oh, that's great!" And he picked it out. I kid you not, mate. He picked it out of my toes, and he sucked it for a second, and then popped it back in his eye. Right? Oh, it made me gip, right? And he's going to get a verruca in there in a week's time, and I'll get the blames. Right? I won't get. So this is what happens in my life every day. Something happens, and then I just go with it.
Well, there you go. Well, that's a half-hour spot on its own. There, just that story.
Sorry, Mike.
Absolutely.
I'll go off on one.
Listen, but that's your prerogative. You have the skill and the talent to pull all these things out of your brain.
It's not skill or talent, Mike. It's talking at the back of your head.
You've got to memorise it all. That's what I love about you comedians and people like Bob Monkhouse. He must have been one of your idols. The man's memory was insane.
Bob, the thing is, you've mentioned the two people that were my mentors. Bob took me under his wing when I did Butlins 30-odd years ago. And Ken, when I did New Faces, what I did, so I got the job at the Holoway Camp. Yeah. And after that, I went on to New Faces in 1987. I didn't have an act. I just called bingo, as I said. And I just went down and mucked about. I went to the audition. And all I had was one joke. And the joke was, I'm going to sing a Spanish folk song called A Moose to Do a Gee. And I go, a moose is a do a gee in the window. And that was all I was going to do. But I had a big guitar case with a tiny guitar in. And the MD there, the musical director, said to me, well, there were only 3 people watching it. And the musical director said, have you got any dots? And I went, dots? I don't know what dots are. And dots is a slang term for music.
Yes,
so I said, no, I ain't got no dots. I don't know what that is even. He said, what do you want me to play anything? I said, well, if you think you want to play something, then play it. So I just went, I'm going to sing a Spanish folk song. And he started playing all this flamenco stuff. And I just stood there for about 30 seconds looking at him. And he stopped. And he went, is everything all right? And I went, yeah. Well, you already got a job. I'm the one auditioning. And I smashed the little guitar up over my knee. And I walked off with a strop. And these people were their knickers laughing at me. And they went, who's your manager? So I went, sorry. They went, who's your manager? And I went, oh, his name's Mr. Lee. So they said, oh, Mr. Lee, who does he look after? And I went, he looks after everyone. So what do you mean he looks after everyone? Well, everybody. Well, what do you mean? Is he God or something? No, he's not God. He just looks after everyone. And I was being serious. I wasn't trying to be a joke. And they went, who do you mean, everyone? So well, everybody at the camp. And they went, what camp? This is the camp that I work at. So what camp do you work at? I said, it's lower stuff. So what do you do? So I called the bingo. And every time I'm saying something, they were wetting their knickers laughing.
Yeah,
I said, that's not funny. So what's his first name? He says, Francis, but I have to call him Mr. Lee. Says, what? He said, well, I just called bingo. And the more I got into this conversation, the more they were laughing. And of course, a week later, they phoned me up and they went, we want you to the show. So but I haven't got an act. So I went down, mate, just do what you did there. And they said, you've got a 32-piece orchestra to do it with. And that was it. I won the heat, come second in the grand final, and I didn't know what the hell I was doing. And a week after that, I was booked at a club called Blazers in Windsor. Do you remember Blazers in Windsor, the nightclub?
I played it back in the day. Brilliant club. Yeah.
Well, I did it. I was supporting Grace Kennedy. Remember Grace Kennedy, the singer?
Oh, fabulous. Oh, yes.
Well, I was supporting her. I had to go and do 45 minutes. And now, bear in mind, this was 1987 then. I didn't have 45 minutes of material to do on stage. All I had was the 5 minutes I ever did on the telly. So I go out, did the 5 minutes and walked off. And of course, Grace Kennedy and the managers there, the compere going, what are you doing? I said, well, I've just done the act. So you've got to do 45 minutes. So I said, yeah, you've got another thing coming. I ain't got 45 minutes. I've got the 5 minutes to do on the telly. I can do a bit of lifeguarding if you want to call the bingo, but I can't do any more than that. And they said, well, you've got to do more. I said, well, I haven't got any more. That's all I've got. And my agent at the time used to be a magic act. And he said to me, look, don't worry, I'll sort this out. And I was booked for a week there. And the next day he came in with a suitcase of magic props. He went, this was my act. So I said, all right, what do you want me to do? He said, just go out with all that magic props tonight and just do that. So but I don't know how it works. He went down, but I'd just go and do that for half an hour. And that was it. I took half hour of these magic props out. I didn't know what I was doing, Mike. There was just a load of crap. I pulled it out of the suitcase. Look at this. And I tried to do it and it all fell apart. And that was it. 30-odd years later, I'm still basking in it, mate.
Well, but that's what it keeps coming back to something that can't be trained. What's in you, what's in your voice is in you. You are totally unique. You're a one-off and you're a funny man. And long may you always be working in this business. What I can say is I'm going to get you on again in a few weeks because we've run out of time for this week. I'll hand you over what I do. can take as long as you like. In your own unique way, I call them my digital warriors, my followers of my show. I'll hand you over to them and you can say your goodbyes and make them feel good because, you've made me laugh and it's been a terrible 15 months. So I'll leave you to cheer them up and say goodbye your wonderful, unique way, Joe. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for listening to me. And if you look like your passport photo, you're too ill to travel. Not that you can travel anymore at the moment anyway, but it doesn't matter. And I'll see you soon, hopefully. Lots of love. Thank you. Bye. Hello, I'm Joe Pasquale, and please listen to me because I'll be on Mike Holloway's show on Rubber Radio. He's a lovely bloke, but he does drink his own bath water. Thank you.